Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about something that has the power to change lives, heal wounds, and bring peace to the most troubled hearts. It's something we all need, and yet, at times, it is the hardest thing to give: forgiveness. Some of you may say, but you don't know what they did to me. And you're right, I don't. But I do know this: we have all needed forgiveness ourselves. And if we have received it, how much more should we give it? Forgiveness has the power to mend broken families. It has the power to restore friendships. It has the power to bring healing to nations. If we want to see change in the world, it starts in our own hearts. So today I challenge you, who do you need to forgive? Who do you need to release from the prison of your bitterness? Don't wait for them to ask. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Do it now. Because when you forgive, you are not just setting them free. You are setting yourself free. Forgiveness is not just an act of letting go. It is a divine strength, a power beyond human comprehension, a force that transcends pain and injustice, lifting the soul to a higher realm where bitterness and anger have no hold, where wounds are healed not by revenge but by grace, where love triumphs over hate, and where the heart, once burdened by resentment, is set free to experience peace that surpasses all understanding. And in that release, we find true strength not in holding on to pain, but in surrendering it to a higher power, recognizing that forgiveness is not about forgetting the hurt, but about refusing to let the hurt define us, shape us, or control us, because when we forgive, we do not diminish the reality of our suffering, but rather we declare that suffering has no dominion over our spirit, that the past may have shaped us, but it will not shackle us, that our identity is not found in our wounds, but in the resilience of our hearts to overcome them with love and mercy that know no bounds. And in this act of divine grace, we find the deepest kind of strength, the kind that is not loud or forceful, but quiet, steadfast, and unbreakable, the kind that can endure betrayal, withstand disappointment, and still choose compassion over vengeance, knowing that in the act of forgiveness, we are not excusing the wrong, but choosing to rise above it, to break the cycle of pain, and to claim a peace that cannot be stolen, a joy that cannot be shaken, and a freedom that can only come from the depths of a heart that has chosen love over bitterness, mercy over wrath, and peace over the burden of holding on to what was meant to be released. For in the grand design of life, forgiveness is not weakness, it is not surrender to injustice, it is not ignoring the scars, but it is the divine strength to say that though I have been hurt, I will not become the hurt. Though I have been wronged, I will not be consumed by the wrong. Though I have been betrayed, I will not be imprisoned by betrayal. Because there is a power greater than pain, a love greater than hatred, a peace greater than conflict. And it is in forgiveness that we tap into this power, a power that restores, renews, and redeems, a power that transforms broken hearts and mended souls, a power that cannot be taken away, because it does not come from the world, but from something higher, something eternal, something divine. And when we choose to walk in this strength, we do not only free others from our judgment, but we free ourselves from the chains of resentment, allowing our hearts to soar beyond the weight of the past. And when we do, we step into a life of grace, of healing, of divine strength that lifts us above the storm and carries us into a place of peace where no bitterness can dwell, no anger can thrive, and no past hurt can hold us captive, because we have embraced the power of forgiveness, the power that is not of this world, the power that transforms, heals, sets us free. Forgiveness is not just an emotional release. It is the key that unlocks the door to restoration, a bridge that reconnects hearts once separated by pain, a light that shines into the darkest places of brokenness, bringing healing where wounds have festered for too long, where relationships once shattered by betrayal and misunderstanding find new life, where families torn apart by bitterness and resentment can be made whole again, where friendships long lost to pride and stubbornness can be rekindled, where communities divided by conflict and hatred can find unity again. Because when forgiveness enters the heart, it does not merely erase the past. It redeems it, taking what was once meant for harm and transforming it into a testimony of grace, a story of renewal, a living proof that restoration is possible when we choose love over bitterness, peace over strife, and healing over hurt. And when we let go of our desire to hold grudges, when we surrender our right to revenge, when we lay down the burdens of resentment, we allow restoration to take root. We allow reconciliation to flourish. We allow love to rebuild what pain has torn down, because forgiveness is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of something new. A fresh start, a second chance, a new chapter where relationships can thrive, where understanding can deepen, where trust, once lost, can be regained. And though forgiveness does not erase the past, it rewrites the future. It paves the way for healing, for growth, for a life free from the chains of anger and regret. A life where restoration is not just a possibility, but a reality. It transforms the heart, it softens the spirit, it humbles the soul. And in that humility, in that surrender, in that grace, the impossible becomes possible, the broken are made whole, the lost are found, and the divided are united, because forgiveness is not just about the person who has wronged us. It is about the future we want to create, a future where love triumphs, where peace reigns, where joy is not hindered by the wounds of yesterday. And when we choose to forgive, we choose to rebuild, to restore, to mend what has been torn, to heal what has been wounded, to strengthen what has been weakened, because forgiveness is the foundation of restoration. And without it, reconciliation is impossible, healing is unreachable, unity is unattainable. But when we embrace forgiveness, we embrace the power to bring back what was lost, to renew what was broken, to restore what seemed beyond repair. And in that restoration, we find the true beauty of forgiveness, not just as an act of letting go, but as a divine force that breathes life into what was once dead, that revives what seemed beyond hope, that resurrects love, trust, and peace in a way that only forgiveness can. Because when we forgive, we do not just set ourselves free, we invite others into the freedom of restoration. And in that invitation, we create a world where healing is possible, where relationships can be made whole, and where love has the final word.